Hey guys, this is going to be a shorter video. I just thought I'd let you know on my progress. Um, I started playing around with a few ideas. I did get a probe to orbit, and I was able to get up into the upper levels of the atmosphere using a plane. I was able to get into orbit and then come back, not really into orbit, but about this height. I think it was 270 something, and I was able to get back down safely. I did try to go into orbit and then come back. I ended up running out of fuel, and I was still about 60 meters away from the surface, and I ended up going for a run. I came back, and apparently I crashed. Not really that surprising considering how close I was, but it happens. So now what I'm doing is attempting to launch myself, which I've done so far, into the upper levels of the atmosphere and be able to come close to landing into the North Pole. So far, I have done pretty good with this. Now, the only problem I'm going to have is being able to get rid of this last stage, because I don't want to get rid of it now. It still has some fuel into it. I'll probably dump it, and I get about right here, and then I should be able to turn myself using this little fuel tank right here, and I should be able to land, and what else have you. And then I will show you the Earth lander and where that landed, because I'm pretty sure I still have it around here somewhere. If I look, I think I landed right there. So we will have to see how this goes. Speed this up a little bit. And we're getting to where I want to dump it. Should probably do that now. That's good. Don't think that moved us too much, but we'll probably hit like almost right on the border of where it's dark. And hopefully probably slow this down and reposition myself. There. Slow ourselves down a little bit. So well so far, I think. Coming in close. Still a little too fast, but it's not too bad considering we're still a good 14,000, 13,000 feet up. So we're gonna go ahead and move this a little bit faster. And by the time we get around 5, right about now, go ahead and flip ourselves right up. Should probably deploy the chute right about now. We should be getting pretty close now. No, haven't landed yet. Thought we did there for a second. Because this is not how close we are. This is actually sea level. So you can't really go by this to see how close you are to the Earth. We are getting pretty close now. Use the rockets to slow ourselves down. And touchdown. There we go. We successfully landed near the North Pole, not quite there. I think the pole's about right here, just kind of guessing at it. So, I guess we can set up our base of operations here. Hopefully the ladder will go down so I can get the Kerbal to come out, but chances are not very high of that happening. Yeah, see, that's a little too high still, so we'll have to see if we can get out and back in. Yeah, he's not going to be able to get back in, sadly. That sucks. Oh, I didn't know you could actually jump and grab, but that's good. So, we successfully made it to the North Pole. Ship is still a little wobbly. Don't really like that antenna on the side, but on our little instruments and such. Probably close this for right now. I don't think you can, and that would be a no. So I'll probably have to go back, redesign this a little bit, so it's not clipping so much with everything else. I would rather have had it on the top, but that's where the main parachute is. Now I could put the parachutes on the side. That doesn't really give you much of a slowdown, so I don't really like using them, but there's not really any place else, so that's not clipping. I guess it really, in all honesty, doesn't matter too much. So again, yeah, it probably doesn't matter. Don't really like these. I'll probably switch these out for the longer ones. Since these are the short ones, there is a pair of longer ones. There's also ones that are long horizontally and they extend quite far out too. But the ones I'm talking about are these, but instead of these four being on the sides, they just extend straight out. Now, what I was hoping to be able to do is use this and actually be able to get into orbit and get back. It shouldn't be too hard. I can get into the orbit pretty fine. I mean, we did jettison one of our stages when it was still half fuel left, so it shouldn't be too hard. It's just whether or not these four boosters, which I use just to slow myself down, whether or not they're going to have enough fuel to slow me down or be able to push me enough to get closer to the Earth. Now, if you can get the trajectory, so it's only about 50 or 60 meters from the surface, and it'll take a while, but you can actually position it so when it's going through the atmosphere, it will be hitting the broad side. Now, if you're lucky enough, this will slow it down, but like I said, it will take a while, and eventually, the path that it takes will get smaller and smaller before it actually intercepts the Earth. It will take a while, so it's better just to put the speed on ×4 and just let it go and keep watch of it and do something else for a while. Preferably not take a run like I ended up doing, and then when it gets close enough, you should be able to have enough rocket in these to position yourself, slow you down, and be able to land back on Kerbal. So this isn't quite really an episode, but I'm gonna just make it one. And that is how you get up to the North Pole, the cheap way. this was the other one that I did. I just put this on a 2-stage rocket and flew it out here. And did okay. You can see I made some changes. These are... I did learn that the RCS is actually these right here. I was just looking around and I'm like, oh, well, that explains why those never worked, and that explains what that button, the R button, does. So I kind of feel really, really stupid for that, but eventually I did learn that. I ended up taking these off and replacing it with the cylinder like this one here. And these are the panels I was talking about. But yeah. Maybe eventually I'll send out a rescue crew, which is probably not going to happen. Maybe. I don't know. It's possible. I'll probably just drive, see if I can't get a solar-powered something or rover and just drive up here and then drive on back. I don't know. Maybe one day. I did notice this, which I think was pretty cool. I would love to land on this eventually. Just put not maybe an RC type thing. I would love to put a Kerbal right there. That would take a lot of effort. It would also take a lot of trials. I mean, getting up to the North Pole and getting myself positioned took a good 10-20 minutes. And I was constantly fighting the force of gravity because it kept wanting to change the position downwards and have the rocket crash back into the surface, but I was able to work that out. Maybe one episode I'll land there and come down here and land in the South Pole. I've kind of given up landing on the Mun for right now. The best I've been able to do is get close, and then it ends up slingshotting me. Because I'm still not the best with the controls. It's still pretty clunky to me. So, yep. I'll go ahead and end this video here. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, or you can just call me a faggot that doesn't know what he's doing. That works too. Probably won't listen to you, nor will I care. You can have a cookie. That's all you get. The pudding is mine. So, thanks for watching.